morning. Welcome to week 9 of the quiz. Blimey, it's the 9th week already. So the rounds this week are sport and leisure, what came first, quick fire, food and drink, and another alphabet quiz. So, starting with sport and leisure. Question 1. What is a poker chip traditionally made of? What is a poker chip traditionally made of? Number 2. Kabaddi is a sport from which country? Kabaddi is a sport from which country? Number 3. In golf, what do you hit your ball off when you start each hole? In golf, what do you hit your ball off of when you start each hole? Question 4. The first computer to use what kind of storage device went on sale in April 1986? The first computer to use what kind of storage device went on sale in April 1986? Number 5. Which ex-professional footballer said he would present Match of the Day in his undies if Leicester won the league? Which ex-professional footballer said he would present Match of the Day in his undies if Leicester won the league? Number 6. Who won the Football World Cup in 1986? Was it Mexico, West Germany, or Argentina? Who won the Football World Cup in 1986? Mexico, West Germany, or Argentina? Number 7. What is cryptozoology? What is cryptozoology? Number 8. In what country were the first Winter Olympics held? In what country were the first Winter Olympics held? Number 9. What playing card is known as the Curse of Scotland? Which playing card is known as the Curse of Scotland? And finally, number 10. What year was Trivial Pursuit commercially released? In what year was Trivial Pursuit commercially released? Okay, so that is your sport and leisure round. So moving on to what came first. So I'm going to give you 2 options. You just need to decide which one came first. So number 1, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat? Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat? Number 2, Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola? Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola? Number 3, the MGM Grand Hotel or the Bellagio? The MGM Grand Hotel or the Bellagio? Number 4, McDonald's or Burger King? McDonald's or Burger King? Number 5, Arsenal or Tottenham Hotspur? Arsenal or Tottenham Hotspur? Number 6, Ant or Deck? Ant or deck? Number 7. Apple or Microsoft? Apple or Microsoft? Number 8. Batman or Superman? Batman or Superman? Number 9. Star Wars or Star Trek the Motion Picture? Star Wars or Star Trek the Motion Picture? And finally, number 10, chess or backgammon? So chess or backgammon. Okay, so there was your what came first round. Now going to move on to the quick fire. So in this round, I will give the following dogs all appear in well-known films, books or TV shows. Name the show, film or book that they appear in. So, number 1, Snowy. So number 1, Snowy. Number 2, Santa's Little Helper. Number 2, Santa's Little Helper. Number 3, Bullseye. Number 3, Bullseye. Number 4, Snoopy. Number 4, Snoopy. Number 5, K9. Number 5, K9. Number 6, Toto. Number 6, Toto. Number 7, Eddie. Number 7, Eddie. Number 8, Bouncer. Number 8, Bouncer. Number 9, Roly, Wellard and Willie. Number 9, Roly, Wellard and Willie. And finally, number 10, Timmy. Number 10, Timmy. Okay, so that's your quick fire round. So, food and drink. Number 1. What is the most expensive spice in the world by weight? What is the most expensive spice in the world by weight? Number 2. What spirit is mixed with ginger beer in a Moscow Mule? What spirit is mixed with ginger beer in a Moscow Mule? Number 3. What are the real names of the hairy bikers? What are the real names of the hairy bikers? Number 4. Which pungent plant has its own festival held on the Isle of Wight every year? Which pungent plant has its own festival held on the Isle of Wight every year? Number 5. Grenadine is obtained from which fruit? Grenadine is obtained from which fruit? Number 6. Gluten is found in which cereal grain? Gluten is found in which cereal grain? Number 7. Which fast food franchise has the largest number of restaurants in the world? Which fast food franchise has the largest number of restaurants in the world? Number 8. Which French city does bouillabaisse originate from? Which French city does bouillabaisse originate from? Number 9. What colour is the tractor symbol that denotes food quality in the UK? What colour is the tractor symbol that denotes food quality in the UK? And number 10, a Caesar salad normally contains which cheese? A Caesar salad normally contains which cheese? Okay, so that's your food and drink. Finally, moving on to the alphabet round. So the answer for each one, the same as last week, will be the letter. So A through to Z. So, question 1. What A is the most southern continent? What A is the most southern continent? Excuse the noise if you can hear a little buzzing. It's really hot in my office, so I've got the fan going. B. What B is Bruce Wayne's alter ego? What B is Bruce Wayne's alter ego? C. What veg can be red, white or Savoy? What veg can be red, white or Savoy? D. What D is a style of Chinese cuisine? It is prepared as small bite-sized portions of food served in small steamer baskets on a small plate. So what D is a style of Chinese cuisine. It's prepared as small bite-sized portions of food served in small steamer baskets or on a small plate. E. You may have to have one of these when you go to the dentist. You may have to have one of these when you go to the dentist. F. What F is Skinner, Zappa and Lampard? What F is Skinner, Zappa and Lampard? G. What G is the study of rocks? What G is the study of rocks? H. It would be a pain in the arse if you had these. It would be a pain in the arse if you had these. I. An Eskimo might build one of these to keep warm. An Eskimo might build one of these to keep warm. J. The fans sing this at England rugby matches. The fans sing this at England rugby matches. K. Patrick Stewart, Paul McCartney and Bobby Moore have one. Patrick Stewart, Paul McCartney and Bobby Moore have one. L. What L might you have with a G and T? What L might you have with a G and T? M. What M would you find on a sailing ship? What M would you find on a sailing ship? N. What N is the French word for Christmas? What N is the French word for Christmas? O. What O is an individual animal, plant, or single-celled life form? What O is an individual animal, plant, or single-celled life form? P. When you have a baby, you become one. When you have a baby, you become one. Q. What Q is a Canadian province? What Q is a Canadian province? What R is a computer game with characters Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield? What R is a computer game with characters Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield? S. What S is a type of small burger? What S is a type of small burger? What T are books written by Reverend Wilbur Awdry about Thomas? Which T, books T, books written by Reverend Wilbur Awdry about Thomas? U. What U are supposedly held at Area 51? What U are supposedly held at Area 51? V. What V destroyed Pompeii? What V destroyed Pompeii? W. What W was played by Mel Gibson in Braveheart? What W was played by Mel Gibson in Braveheart? X. Microsoft's new ones called the Series X. Microsoft's new ones called the Series X. Y. What Y was sung about by Coldplay? What Y was sung about by Coldplay? And finally, Z. What Z is a reanimated corpse? What Z is a reanimated corpse? Okay, so there are your questions for this week's quiz. So if you want to pause or stop and just get your answers together, I will be back very, very shortly with the answers. See you in a second. Okay, so I hope you've got all your answers written down. So here is the answers. So round 1, sport and leisure. Question 1. What is a poker chip traditionally made from? And that's their norm. Back in the old days, they were traditionally made from clay. Number 2, kabaddi is a sport from which country? And that's a sport is a sport from India. If I believe right, they used to show it on Channel 4 a few years ago. Number 3, in golf, what do you hit your ball off when you start each hole? So you hit it off a tee. Number 4, the first computer to use what kind of storage device went on sale in April 1986? That was the 3.5-inch floppy disk. If you put floppy disk, that's fine, you can have the point. Feeling generous this week. Number 5, which ex-professional footballer said he would present Match of the Day in his undies if Leicester won the league? That was Gary Lineker. And he did actually do that, so he did keep his promise. Number 6, who won the Football World Cup in 1986? Was it Mexico, West Germany, or Argentina? And it was Argentina. Number 7, what is cryptozoology? So cryptozoology is the search for and study of animals whose existence or survival is disputed or unsubstantiated, such as the Loch Ness Monster and the Yeti. 8, in what country was the first Winter Olympics held? So they were held in France. Number 9, what playing card is known as the Curse of Scotland? That's the 9 of diamonds. Don't know why. If somebody would like to tell me, I'd be very interested to know why. And number 10, what year was Trivial Pursuit commercially released? And that was 1981. Okay, so round 2, what came first? So, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat? It was Street Fighter. Pepsi Cola or Coca-Cola? It was Coca-Cola. MGM Grand Hotel or the Bellagio? It was the MGM Grand. McDonald's or Burger King? It was in fact Burger King. Arsenal or Tottenham Hotspur? It was Tottenham Hotspur. Ant or Deck? Deck is actually older. Apple or Microsoft? Excuse me. It was Apple. Batman or Superman? It was Superman. Star Wars or Star Trek the Motion Picture? It was Star Wars. And chess or backgammon? And it was backgammon. So the quick fire round. So the following dogs all appear well-known films, books or TV shows. Name the show, film or book that they appear in. So, number 1, Snowy was in Tintin. Number 2, Santa's Little Helper. I'm sure you've all got this one. And that was The Simpsons. Bullseye was in Oliver Twist. Snoopy was from the Peanuts comic. K9 was Doctor Who. Toto was The Wizard of Oz. Eddie was from Frasier. Bouncer was from Neighbours. Rolly, Wellard and Willie were all from EastEnders. And Timmy was the dog from The Famous Five. So, round number 4, food and drink. Question 1. What is the most expensive spice in the world by weight? And that is saffron. Number 2. What spirit is mixed with ginger beer in a Moscow Mule? So you need to put vodka in with the ginger beer to make a Moscow Mule. Number 3. What are the real names of the hairy bikers? So that's Dave Myers and Simon King. Number 4. Which pungent plant has its own festival held on the Isle of Wight every year? And that's garlic. Number 5. Grenadine is obtained from which fruit? So that's obtained from a pomegranate. Number 6. Gluten is found in which cereal grain? So gluten is found in wheat. Number 7. Which fast food franchise has the largest number of restaurants in the world? And that is Subway. There are more Subway restaurants than any other fast food chain. Number 8. Which French city does Bouillabaisse originate from? And that originates from Marseille. Number 9. What colour is the tractor symbol that denotes food quality in the UK? And that's red. And finally, number 10. A Caesar salad normally contains which cheese? And that normally contains Parmesan. Okay, so finally the alphabet round. So, what A is the most southern continent? And that's Antarctica. What B is Bruce Wayne's alter ego? So his alter ego is Batman. What C is a veg that can be red, white or Savoy? And that's cabbage. What D is a style of Chinese cuisine. It's prepared in small bite-sized portions of food, served in small steamer baskets or on a small plate. And that's dim sum. What E might you have if you go to the dentist? That may be an extraction. What F are Skinner, Zappa and Lampard? That's Frank. What G is the study of rocks? And that's the geology. What H would be a pain in the arse if you had them? That would be hemorrhoids. What I may an Eskimo might build to keep warm? And that is an igloo. What J might the fans sing at an England rugby match? And that would be Jerusalem. Patrick Stewart, Paul McCartney and Bobby Moore have one. That's a knighthood. What L might you have with a G and T? That's lemon. What M would you find on a sailing ship? That would be a mast. What N is the French word for Christmas? And that's Noel. What O is an individual animal, plant or single-celled life form called? It's called an organism. So when you have a baby, you become one. That's a parent. What Q is a Canadian province? And that's Quebec. What R is a computer game with characters Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield? That's Resident Evil. What S is a type of small burger? That's a slider. What T are books written by Reverend Wilbur Awdry about Thomas? And that's of course Thomas the Tank Engine. What U are supposedly held at Area 51? And that's UFOs. What V destroyed Pompeii? And that was Vesuvius. What W was played by Mel Gibson in Braveheart? That was William Wallace. What X is Microsoft's new one called the Series X? And that's the new Xbox. What Y was sung about by Coldplay? And that was Yellow. And finally, what Z is a reanimated corpse? And that's a zombie. So there you go. There is your quiz for this week. So don't forget to add what you write down your answers. Either put in the comments below or put them on Facebook. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the videos. There is a little bell. If you tick the bell or click on the bell, it will notify you when these videos go live. Not just these ones, but any of the travel videos and other random things that I will be doing in the future once all this coronavirus stuff is finished, or at least sort of died down a little bit. Stay safe, look after yourselves and your loved ones, and I will see you all again next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.